Hi, I'm Kevin Good. I'm a cinematographer, but I shoot a lot on digital SLRs that were originally intended for shooting stills. So I wanted to talk you through my setup a little bit and show you what I do to make it as useful as possible for shooting cinematography, moving pictures. First up is the camera lens combination. Now I'm using a Nikon SLR. This is the Nikon D800 and the Tamron 24-70 SP f2.8 lens with their vibration compensation in it. What I really like about this combination is that the camera can shoot full frame, but it can also crop down, right? So with these cameras, they're built, this one has 36 megapixels in it for shooting stills, but that's way more than it needs for the video. So what you can actually do is a digital crop in the camera, but you're not losing sharpness. So it's kind of like you're taking this lens and you're adding a multiplier factor on it so that you can have a longer zoom on it. So what was the Tamron 24-70 lens becomes more like a 24-105 lens or so in terms of field of view. So that is super handy. The other thing that I like about this lens is that it has their vibration compensation in it. That is their name for the optical image stabilization that goes inside the lens and smooths out some otherwise jerky shots. I think having that in a professional grade f2.8 lens is incredible, and I really think they've done a good job of implementing the vibration compensation in this lens to give you some really usable results in some tough situations that otherwise you'd be kind of... Moving on along through the rest of this setup here, what I have is a video monopod that I think is really handy for two reasons. One is that it is super quick to adjust. If I want to change my height, boom, I'm done. The other thing is that it has a little bit of a fluid drag in here, in the head and in the base, so that when I'm doing pans and tilts, it has a nice smooth effect to it. That combined with the image stabilization in the lens, and I can get some really smooth moves out of here that you would normally associate with a bigger camera, bigger tripod head, more expensive kit. Next up, I have my audio adapter. Now, I think that syncing sound in post is for suckers. So what I am using is the Juiced Link adapter. What this does is gives you a lot of clean gain on your mic pre's so that you can feed a really hot signal into your SLR and then not have to turn up the sound in your SLR so much. Digital SLRs are notorious for having really noisy audio circuitry in them. What this mic preamp box does is it allows me to feed a real hot, clean signal in there, removing the need to sync up sound later. Lastly, you need a good monitor because these digital SLR screens are just notoriously bad for trying to shoot cinematography. You can't really see what you're doing. So what do I mean by a good monitor? Well, something like this. This one happens to be from Small HD. But it has two critical features that I think you need if you're looking for a monitor for shooting cinema on an SLR. One is an exposure assist. This one has this cool thing called false color. If any of you are old school photographers familiar with the Ansel Adams zone system, it's kind of similar to that, where for each zone of exposure it gives you a different color. Super useful. But whatever monitor you get, you need something, be it a histogram or a waveform or false color, so that you can nail your exposure every time. And then the other feature this has is a focus assist mode that lets you tell exactly when something is in focus. So with a monitor like this, I can tell every single time that my shots are exactly in focus and exposed exactly where I want them to be, and that is critical. You put all these things together and you have something that I find is that kit that when I don't know what I'm shooting and I just need to run out the door and grab something to get some work done and I need something versatile and quick that'll get it done, this is the package that I reach for over and over again. Hope that was helpful. Let me know in the comments if you have any questions.